welcome back to the Fabric Beautique. Thank you so much for tuning in today and coming back. Welcome to those who are new and welcome back to those who continue to tune in from week to week. We upload every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. This is the Fabric Beautique, an online boutique that makes Christian items, Christian faith-based items for the home, accessories, all of the things. And so we have everything from, still available on the website, actually tote bags, Bible tote bags, and a few other goodies, prayer journals, mystery grab bags, which include prayer journals. So yeah, head on over to the website, click the link down below, and you will see everything there. So I am coming in today. I promised in the last video that these next couple videos, I'm trying a few new products that I'll create, and so I thought I would just take you along the journey with me. We'll see if it works. If it does not, what you see over here is my laptop, and I bust back out my Brother ScanNCut. I think I mentioned in a previous video, I used to do a lot of HTV vinyl pressing on shirts and sweaters. I didn't make this. This was actually from a friend. She made this. My God never fails. So anyway, my God will never fail, I should say. And so I hadn't used it in a while. I think I might have used it once last year. My husband wanted a cup that he takes to work with his name on it, and I put vinyl on that. But yeah, I used to use it all the time. I absolutely love Brother products, but I do love the Brother ScanNCut. However, at some point I had misplaced my, or I don't know, I ruined it. I don't know, maybe lost it when we moved. But this is the new mat that I purchased from Amazon. And I can leave a link to that down. But it's a 12 by 12. It's just a simple standard tack adhesive mat. So it's not super tacky. And so it looks a little different from the one I had before. I think when I originally got this, it did come with a mat. Let me just tell you this. The Brother ScanNCut I have. Let me just show it to you. Because again, mine is old. And I, at the moment, don't feel the need to upgrade, but it's the ScanNCut CM350. So I have no desire to upgrade it at this point. If it's going to do the new things that I'm looking to do efficiently, effectively, I'm fine with it. I know I can still cut out HTV. I know I can still cut out vinyl and stuff like that. You know, I didn't really use the designs embedded within the software, but I know there's been a lot of updates over the years, so I actually probably need to check that out just to see if anything changed. So what are we working on? As you can tell by the title, this is, I want to do magnetic bookmarks. And I've seen a lot of videos. I had wrote down, I think I shared before, I put in a notebook the actual steps to take to create the magnetic bookmark using my Canva and Brother. And so my Brother ScanNCut. And so I wrote down, I saw a video, actually I watched 2 or 3 different videos, and I kind of meshed what I saw in each video, thinking that, okay, if I mesh these steps together, then perhaps I can do what I need to do in Canva. I do want to create the backing cards as well. That's not something I will do today, because that's relatively simple. I know for the most part, the backing card, whatever the card, the design I come up with, I can print multiple off on one card, and then I have the cutter, the guillotine, that I can use that to cut those. So I'm not worried about that. We are going to revisit the bookmarks, because remember I had issues with that. And so I think that was more so my formatting and how it printed off. But anyway, so let's get started. So those are the tools that I have. I have my Brother ScanNCut, which I did not plug up. Everything is set up over here. You all have seen my space. So this is, you know, my cutting table I'm over here on. And so what I'm going to do is plug her up So just turn her on. I will take the mat out. I know I need to print, so I am actually going to print I had purchased, and I'll link to this down below. This is Koala double-sided glossy photo paper. That's what I'm going to use for my magnetic bookmark. I don't have any magnets. I didn't order any magnets. I pretty much wanted to focus on just getting the process down before I started ordering a lot of stuff. That is one of the things that I continue to learn over the years. For those who don't know, the Fabric Beautique has been in business. I actually just looked this up recently when I was going over just some information for the Fabric Beautique. Been in business. LLC was created back when we lived in Wisconsin and everything transferred here to Texas. But since 2015. So it's coming up on 10 years. I would like to do a 10-year maybe celebration or something, because I think the first couple years I was in business, I would always do something annually in celebration of, but when we moved and then I stopped doing a lot of posting on social media, trying to get settled down here in Texas for a while, a lot of that went to the wayside, including, as I mentioned before, vending, because I've been vending since 2015, almost 10 years, and so much has changed in the vending arena. Some things that maybe I was doing back then that I thought at the time maybe didn't make a whole lot of sense, but when I look back on it, I just realized I was in some ways ahead of the curve, and had I just continued to press in, I would have seen that evolve, because a lot of the things that I see today, I'm like, oh my gosh, I started doing something like that years ago and just never saw it through. And so actually I should have ordered the little pen, you know, the, what is that, stylus, so I can work the screen, but that's okay. But anyway, so I just wanted to take the this out and have that sitting here. I'm not going to put it in there just yet. I haven't taken the protective film off of there yet. So let's go through. I think I'm going to move you a little closer to hopefully you can see me a little better. I'll speak out loud because, again, this is my first time doing this. And so I'll just say out loud what I am doing, and provided it all works, I can maybe at the end do a quick screenshot or share of my screen what it is that I did, but I'll just talk through it right now. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, I really don't think this angle is any better. I may have to just do the screen share at the end. But so what bookmark am I looking to make? So I've always envisioned for the book Wives Still Pray, which is available on the website. That is based off of, for those who have been following along, for the Wives Still Pray ministry. It is 7 essential prayers. It was a free download for 7 essential prayers for your husband, and it's still free. I can leave a link to that, but since then I have since published the full book, and that was a whole nother story and celebration. I can link to that because that launched the middle of October. So I'll link to that video launch weekend and all of that. And so I've always envisioned a magnetic bookmark that I can sell along with that and everything like that. So anyway, so that is the first one I am going to do. So what I am doing, I have, just so you all know, I have the pro version. I've always had Canva Pro. I think I got the free version many years ago, many moons ago, probably since 2015, if not, it was probably around 2015. And I think I realized right away, because I had, for those who follow me, you know I have another YouTube channel, but I realized right away how useful Canva is back then, and I upgraded, and I've been in part of Canva Pro ever since. And so anyway, I think there might be a link to share to Canva. I know there is. I know quite a few people mention it, but I haven't looked into it. I'll just maybe leave a link to canva.com and you can go check it out for yourself. But they do have a free version, right? And so what my directions is telling me, and I'll walk you through it, so this might be a little bit of a longer video. It says create my design, and so to create a custom design. And so most of what I saw in the tutorials online, the design size was always 2 inches in width and 4 inches in height. And so that is what I am going to do. Because in Canva, it sets up at the, I believe that's pixel. Is that pixel? And so I want it to be in inches. And so I want this design to be 2 inches in width and 4 inches in height. And then I clicked create design. And so then it brings up for me this 2x4. And then step 2 says to upload my design. So my design is already in here. And I just need to, so in Canva, you can create all these different folders. I try to keep my uploads clean. When I upload things, I need to do it more frequently, but every now and again, I'll go through and clean my upload folder out, because you can have so many uploads and things get lost. But for things for the Fabric Beautique and maybe specific things that I've created in here, like the prayer journals and stuff like that, I move stuff right away into those folders, just because I know how my upload box can get, right? So I am going to go ahead and look for the folder that has the book cover in it. Here it is. I found it. So it was in a different folder. So I had, anyway, that doesn't matter what folder I had it in. It says put design. So I uploaded the design. I clicked on it, and it says put design at bottom and centered. And so what I saw in different videos was the size of the bookmark was about 1.5, 1.7 by 1.7. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to center it first. It said put it at the bottom, make sure it's centered. And then the size of it, make mine 1.7 by 1.7, just based off of what I saw. And I'm going to make sure it's centered. Okay. And then it says duplicate that and flip it vertical. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate it. So there's a duplicate button, and then it says flip vertical. Very good. So I did that, and I'll show you what that looks like. And then it says go to elements, grab the square stretch to the middle of design and position to the back. Okay, so it says now I go to elements. And so, okay, so I'm back. I wanted to go ahead and put on the screen record. And so I went ahead and have the design here at the bottom, and the size, I'm just going to click here in the corner just so you can see on the screen, is the whole 1.7 by 1.7. And what I did was duplicate it, and then I used the flip to flip it vertical. And now my directions are telling me to go to the elements. And so I am going to go to elements. Okay, so it tells me to go to elements, so I'm gonna go to elements, and it says look for the square. So I'm gonna use this square, and so that popped over to the side. And so here's the square, and it says go to and stretch to the middle of the design and position in the back. So I remember what they did was they stretched it like this, kind of to the middle of the design, and then they pushed it to the back. So you have a position where you can do layers, or you can just say back. So I'm going to push to the back like this, and I just have it purple. So yeah, I can do, you know, little designs or whatever, but I'm gonna keep this simple. And make sure that everything is the color that you need. And so this here pulled in the colors from the book, which is fine for me. And then it says download as a PNG. And so that's what I'm going to do now. So I'll be right back I'll do that and I'll come right back. Okay, so I have uploaded it or downloaded it as a PNG, and it says now to re-upload on an 8 by 5 by 11 design. And so I'm just going to create another custom size here. All right, and then I'm going to upload that design. So I'm gonna hit upload. All right, so I have uploaded it, and it says save as a PDF to print on paper. Okay, so let me do that. So now here's where I might be a little confused, because I don't know what size. This is where the notes got a little fuzzy for me, because I'm not sure what size I should make it to fit on here to cut. And so if I want the final size of for it to be, let's see here. I'm just going to guess on the size and then duplicate it and see if that works. I'm going to do 2.5 by 5. I don't know if this will work, but we shall see. And what I'm doing here, I know I can duplicate that. So that is, I almost feel like that's a little small, but I don't know. It's only 3 bookmarks on here. And so if I'm looking at it 8.5 by 8.5, we'll see. It might be too large, but that's okay. I can always come back in here and resize. And then it says to download, save as a PDF to print on paper. And so that's what I'm going to do. So I hit download. We're just going to go with this here. And I will do, I'll change it to CMYK for professional printing. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what does flattened PDF mean. Oops. I'll just download it. We'll see. We'll just have to see how it turns out. So let me do that. Set up the scan and cut, and then we'll go through those steps. Okay, so I have printed it off. And so this same thing that happened when I was working with my bookmarks happened. And I have that HP inkjet. I'm considering getting another printer, because a lot of people that I've seen with that print bookmarks, magnetic bookmarks, whatever, they have like the Epson, what is it, the Epson Eco Tank. I could be wrong, because that could be sublimation, but anyway, mine is, you know, larger, and the whole flipping and everything always get jammed. And then this happens. So I had, I don't know if yeah, so I had a regular piece of paper, you know how you load the paper. So behind the photo paper, I had this, but for whatever reason, the printer, as it was printing, it started printing on the photo paper and then picked up the sheet of paper behind it. And so I reprinted it, and instead in the paper holder, I put 2 of the photo paper, thinking, okay, if it grabs it and it looks like that, at least, you know, a couple of the bookmarks are on the photo paper. But that seemed to have worked, because they all printed on this on the one sheet. However, I will say this looks awfully light. Either I need to check my printer ink to see if I need to upgrade. And I have the plan where they send you printer ink, and they did send me printer ink. I did not switch it out. So maybe I do need to do that. But anyway, so now it's time to put this in the scan and cut. So let's see about me loading this. And the other thing I'm not 100% sure on is the cut level of the blade. I just still have it. I have a note on top of my scan and cut that for HTV, I have it set at a certain blade depth, and then glitter a different blade depth, and so it looks like I'm gonna leave it to what it's set on. It looked like it's set on 3. So we shall see. We shall see. So let me pan you down so you can see. So you might not see me, but you'll see me trying to get this all taken care of. So I am taking the protective off, and yeah, brand new, so this is nice and tacky. So I am going to put this on. Yeah, you can see me. I'm gonna put this right on, and I'm just gonna tap it because it's real sticky, so I don't think I need to do a lot. I'm just gonna do this to kind of tap it on. Again, trial and error, but we are going to see. And I'm going to load her in. So it says scan. Now I need to scan it in. Load on machine, tap scan. And then it says direct cut. So I'm tapping that. I did load the mat. Am I not doing something? Am I not remembering how to load my own mat? Let's see here. Let me figure this out. I'll be right back. It is saying it's not recognizing my mat. So I'm not sure what the deal is there. So let me try this again. Whatever reason, my brother ScanNCut is not recognizing my mat. I don't know why that is. I'm not sure why that is. Now I'm going to have to Google and figure out why my mat is not being recognized. It's a brother mat, so it's not any other brand. Okay, so I have done my research and why my brother ScanNCut does not recognize this mat. I have done some Googling, went to the brother site, logged into my account to see if there was some kind of firmware update that needed to recognize the mat, and apparently I have the wrong mat and it's very specific. So I went out to the brother website and it says, it gives the number of the mats, like the CA whatever, because I have the CM. Yeah, I have the CM350. So my model is much older than the new ones that's out. And so apparently I have to use the mat specifically for CM. And when I ordered this mat, I just assumed that all mats, it didn't matter, the mat, and it would be fine. And so I am first going to see if I can return this mat. Because I got it through Amazon. We'll see if, I don't know how long ago I got this. I really don't. Maybe it was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it says it's a DX mat, and it says it right on there. So I am going to go back over, see if I can return this, and then just order the mat for the CM350, because apparently the numbers and the markings around it is very specific to this cutter. Again, it's been a couple of years since I touched this cutter, and so yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do, which means I can't finish the bookmarks. So I am going to look this up real quick and then close out the video. I will be right back and tell you what the next move is. Okay, I am back. So I actually didn't realize I just ordered that mat the day before Thanksgiving. And so, and you look actually crooked. I ordered that the day before Thanksgiving, and so I still had time. I don't know why I ordered it like over a month ago, but no, it was just a couple weeks ago. So I still had time to return it. So I put in the return for it. So I may run this evening to take that after I get off work and take it to get the return, and then I just had them refund my Amazon account so I can just order the right mat. And so I went out there to look at the mat, and it's funny because the cover of the mat for the CM350 in the packaging, I remember when I got the cutter the first time, that's how the packaging looked. I guess it just never dawned on me that the registration marks or anything would be different from machine to machine. I guess I just never considered that, but apparently it is. When I looked at the mat this time on Amazon compared to the one I had, I was like, yeah, the registration marks are totally different between these two mats. And so I am going to go ahead and take care of that. And yeah, so that's the end of the video. That's what I had planned for today. At least I got up to the point where I was getting ready to cut them out. And I actually still need to check my ink levels, because like I said, the it looked a little, it didn't look as vibrant as I thought it should when it printed. But I have my notes for finishing off the cutting out the the bookmark. So I'll come back. What I may do when I come back and finish the video is I will also do another item, because I was going to finish this video with another video I had planned, because I have like 2 or 3 videos planned, and I was thinking, oh, maybe I'll just add on to this video what I was going to talk about in a couple weeks. And I was thinking, I'll just save it. Real life, this is just how it happened. This is where we are going to stop for the day. I do have a new book sleeve design I want to talk about or share with you, and we will work on that next week. Now I'm all prepared for that one. That one I'm all ready for, but it was a couple tweaks in the design that I want to think about, that I want to do. So that's why I'm not going to even try to push it for today, because that's on my to do as I'm working on that. And so yeah, I had a few different few more things left to go over that I wanted to share. The bookmarks was one. I will be working on, I have written out some ideas for new vending display. I have been seeing, like I said, been watching different videos on different vending. I've been watching a lot of different videos, and so there are some items that I have saved actually in my Amazon business list, that my private list, that I want to purchase, but then I want to practice with doing some lamination of signs as well. And so today, I could have played around with that today, but I haven't settled on the sign display design that I want to do. So I'm like, okay, we'll save that for another video as well, because those are things I've been continuing to work on, and I was all set for the bookmarks today. So I didn't have a backup plan today. So stay tuned for next week, Wednesday. We will be working on bookmarks, because the bookmarks I'll be working on, and I'll go into more depth next week. These are, I'm actually going to make up a couple samples. I call them samples, but they're going to be gifted to some friends. And so I want to do that. And yeah, I think that's it. And I'm thinking about doing an acrylic ornament design. Again, I have my ScanNCut, so you know, as long as I have the mat and everything. And so I may be able to show both of those next week, or I might just stick to the book sleeve that I plan to do. So we shall see. And the idea was, and I should have my mat and everything by then, because the idea was to create this magnetic bookmark to give as part of the gift that I'm going to combine with the book sleeves that I'm making as samples that will really be gifts just to see how they turn out and how everything go. But they'll be nice. I know they'll be nice, but we'll see if I like them. So yeah, and I'm sure I will, because yeah, book sleeves for the most part easy to make, right? It's just the little elements you want to add here and there, or just see how you might like doing something a little different. So I will go into all of that next week. So that's it for today, everybody. I want to thank you for tuning in. Again, if I didn't say it in the beginning, I pray that you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. And yeah, we are almost at the end of the year, but I am quite excited. This notebook is full of so many great ideas, things I've been seeing and excited to try. So I'm going to take you along with me on that journey. All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions or if you've experienced this, that's my fault. That is on me. Not recognizing registration marks on the DX mats are different from the regular CM350 mats. So there you have it. If this is you and you have a ScanNCut that's been sitting off to the corner or whatever, and you're not interested, because I'm not interested in upgrading my ScanNCut. Mine works and does what it will need to do. And so now I know, get the right mat. All right, everybody. Have a fantastic rest of your week, and we will be back next week with some more creating. All right. Bye.